Hey, welcome to my channel. Fortunately, I didn't have the ability to record or watch the game, for that matter, of Game 6 with the Heat and Celtics. I was in Vegas. Ironically, being in Vegas, you'd think I would be able to watch it, but in reality, I was at a 90s pool party thing, so by the time it ended, I only found out later. But I saw the highlights and such. All I can say is this is, looking at the stats and such, it was a little bit of a surprise to the point where, quite honestly, the way the Celtics won was kind of surprising, considering that it seems like Miami gave away this game. Let's put it that way. Looking at more of the case, it's not the fact of, like, the Celtics, oh, they got lucky with the call or whatever it may be. No, it's not that. Looking from this angle, um, both Tatum and Brown weren't doing so well. Butler wasn't either, but this is a game that the Heat should have put away the Celtics. They did what they were doing. They defensively held the Celtics a bit, to the point where, like, keeping them under, like, in those percentages, basically, to the point where it came down to, yeah, Butler didn't really provide the necessary boost that was required from him to win the game. But in reality, all the other Heat players should have stepped up at that point as well too. So this is a game where they gave it away. Essentially, they gave it away to the Celtics. This is a game where, like, it should have been theirs. You saw it could have been theirs. I mean, the way both Tatum and Brown were playing, it should have been theirs. Quite honestly, so that was a little bit of a surprise. And quite honestly, I would say that I'm saying this a lot. That word phrase, quite honestly, but in my opinion, it's more of a case where coming to Game 7, as you see here, basically, it's people are saying, "Oh, it's going to be the Celtics. It's going to be the Celtics because the momentum's on their side and all that stuff." You know what? It's a possibility. I mean, they are going back to Boston, but let's not forget Boston hasn't done really well at home until when they're down and all that stuff. Do they actually do really well? Because they in each of the series they've always lost home court advantages. In this case, now they have home court advantage, or home court advantage now plays into the fact. But the real question is what can the Heat do? Can the Heat win? So looking at the predictor, ESPN's predictor has Boston winning by 82%, close to 83%, basically, well over 83%. Miami's like really low at this point, and even the line is actually surprisingly enough like 7.5 right now as of 12:13. Miami is favored by 7.5. And the money line's like pretty high up there, 305, and like the Celtics to win is like plus 240. Um, it's it's a little surprising, to be quite honest, that like everything's against Miami at this point. And like this is one of the times usually when this happens, when everything's so down against the Heat, they come back because it seems like after the Knicks series, after the Bucks series, they were like, oh, they're not going to win the next series. It's pure luck. I mean, if they win the first game, great, but if they win, they're up 2-1 or 3-2, 3-1, then they're like, okay, they're going to win. But usually in the beginning of the series, they're always down. Like they're not favored to win. And then when Miami was up 3-0, everyone's like, okay. I even thought too. It's like, all right, there's no way that's going to go to a game 7. If it goes to a game 7, Celtics are going to win. I still believe that. I still believe the Celtics will win because the thing is, I think they're reminiscently similar to what the Boston Red Sox did with the Yankees, where in Game 6 the Yankees were complacent. They figured, okay, you know what, we're not going to have this game. Let's get them in Game 7. We'll get them in Game 7. We'll get them at home. In this case with Miami, they lost that home court advantage. Now they're going to Boston. I don't see Miami coming up big in this game. They'll make it a close game, but I think Boston's going to outright, flat out annihilate them. I think it's mostly going to be Tatum. Tatum's probably going to score another 50, drop another 40 or 50 for sure in this game, because his confidence is going to be backed up so badly that Brown, even if he draws blanks or throws up blanks, I think basically in this case Tatum will step up, keep the team in play, and then basically they'll start gelling in the fourth quarter. Um, Now, if the Celtics do win this game, if the Celtics do win this in Game 7, look for the Celtics to actually beat the Denver Nuggets. The reason why I say this is everyone's like, "Whoa! If they barely could beat out the Miami Heat, how are they going to beat out the Nuggets?" Just like with the Red Sox in '04, when the Red Sox beat out the Yankees, they basically swept the Cardinals. I'm not going to say the Celtics are going to sweep the Nuggets, but look for them to be down 1-0 for sure, and then the Celtics get a quick swift in the butt again, to the point where, like, I don't know, maybe some of the Celtics legends come in and like start talking to the team, like, Bird, McHale, Parrish. I was going to say Bill Robinson, but whoever, basically wake up and basically just kick them in the butt. Basically, what's going on? You got that name, logo, and team jersey right there. Forget the one that's in the back. It's all about the front. Step up and do what you got to do, basically. So I think, like I said, if the Celtics come out of this game in Game 7, look for them to win the finals. Not so more so because of the fact that the Celtics are, because there's that conspiracy, of course, like, oh, everyone's favoring the Celtics because, like, the NBA wants the Celtics to win versus a small market team like Denver. No, if Denver were to win, it helps out a lot of small market teams. They realize, like, okay, we can do this too. We can do this. Look at Golden State; they're a small market team, technically speaking. They won. So this helps out other small market teams like New Orleans, Charlotte, Washington Wizards, of course, and whatnot. Anyways, to the point. Let's drive this. The way the Celtics win tonight's game, coming back to tonight's game. The way the Celtics wins tonight's game is they're going to have to put Butler and hold him under 20 points, 25 points at least. They got to hold him under 25 points, and on those 25 points, he can't score 15 plus points in the fourth quarter. If they can hold him under 25 points, Celtics win. Tatum, look for him to score at least above 35 points. He's going to have above 35 points. There's no way he's not going to have not above, below 35 in today's game. Brown, it's a little tricky story, but look for him to probably have 20 plus points. Smart, again, another maybe 15 to 20 points as well too. Butler, if 25. In that situation, that's the way the Celtics can win this game. Now, reciprocating on the reciprocal side of things, or on the flip side of things, with the Heat to win this game, let Tatum beat you out. But if you could get everyone else and hold them under 15 points, and Butler can score 40 points, then the Miami Heat win. But for that to happen, it's got to be a myriad of things to happen for that. For that to exactly happen. First, Brown's got to go on a massive cold streak. Hagen and Smart have to like suck. Both Williams have to like take a majority of shots and miss them basically at that point. And the inside lane has to be covered up. That Adebayo has to like pretty much cover the inside that no one can drive in. And plus two, the fact that Adebayo has to be in the game offensively as well too. And they got to get the offensive rebounds, of course, too. I think that's one of the big things is they have to have that offensive rebound. And I think that's going to play into a factor too. Look for the offensive rebounds to be more on the Miami Heat side than on the Celtics side. So look for more of the rebounds coming from the Heat side more than anything else. Because if the Heat can get more rebounds, I think they can win it as a result of that. But with that, I'll leave it at that. Again, I read my leave your comments in the comment section. Leave your feedback, whatever it may be. Let me know your thoughts. Do you think the Celtics can come back and win this game? Can win Game 7 and win the series? What do you think? Do you think my analysis is correct? That the way for either the Heat to win or the Celtics to win, those things have to play into factor. That scenario has to occur. Also, do you believe my assessment as well too? If like the Celtics were to win Game 7, that they will beat the Denver Nuggets in the finals. And also with that, I'll leave it at that. And if you like my videos, like my content, or enjoy them and enjoy my channels, and haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And also please like or dislike based on what you want to think of. If you do like the channel, please, like the video, sorry. It's a little early for me. If you like the video, please like it, and I'll know more of the content of where I should go. If you dislike it, I probably not focus on the NBA, but I don't know. It all depends anyways. I like to be all over the board with, various subjects. But with that, I'll leave it at that. The other question, well, I won't leave it at that. Actually, one quick tidbit. if the Celtics were to lose this series, the real question is will Tatum and Brown be around, or will they still keep those two and bring in another star so that the Celtics can get over that hump and finally win the finals? Or if the Celtics do win, let's say the Celtics do win the finals, will Brown be around with Tatum? Because it feels like it almost semi reminiscent of the Harden KD issue, as well as KD and Russ Westbrook. Basically, it's more of a case of like, it might happen to that. Like Brown was like, you know what, I could be a superstar on another team. Just like Harden was. Harden thought he was like, you know what, I should be the star on this team. He left. He became a superstar. It was all about KD, but everyone's like, no, no, it's got to be Harden. Harden felt it was him. So like Brown probably's thinking, Brown's probably thinking those same things as well too. It's like, look, just because Tatum's here and he's the star, I should be a star too. I should be an equal equivalent on his level. But we'll see with that. With that, I'll leave it at that again. Unfiltered, unedited, and unrehearsed. Until next time.